for being very brief and for sharing with us an early view of the film. It's painful to see, even in that very brief form, the shots of human suffering from the past, but it's very, very encouraging to see the changes in the landscape that one can document through that kind of visual imagery. So I think this will be a very exciting film. Let's turn now, with that foundation, for a discussion of the important issues before us. Let's turn to Tesfaye to hear some perspectives from IGAD in working on these issues. And IGAD, of course, has been very involved in thinking about resilience on a regional level, not only since the 2011 recent drought issues, but for a much longer period. So Tesfaye, what insights can you share with us? I think it's on. So just go ahead.
Excuse me. Thank you, Karen, and good morning, everyone. Sorry for my technological mess here. Indeed, IGAD is very happy to be part of this initiative, and this research is really very useful for the initiative that IGAD is leading and coordinating in the region, which is IGAD Drought Disaster Resilience and Sustainability Initiative that all of you are aware of. And coming of this international conference on resilience just after 2 months or a month and a half after the Kampala summit, where the head of states have renewed their commitment of ending drought emergencies in the Horn of Africa, has concluded on a very good note. And in fact, all the state development partners, member states, and IGAD specialized centers who are backstopping technically the member states have really renewed their work plan according to the guideline given by the head of state, and this is, as I speak, undergoing. And in this regard, this kind of research is useful indeed to develop evidence-based policies, as the team has said. It is useful for planning, monitoring, and evaluation to really have a meaningful impact assessment. And we all know how much we lack baseline data, and this kind of research using information and communication technologies, remote sensing, and GIS gives us a bigger picture of where we were, where we are, and where we can be. So without going into the details of the research, really I would like to reiterate the commitment that IGAD has in this regard to move forward with the research agenda and the findings. Even though the findings are still under the making, they have already shown us the promise. And indeed, this is a kind of research support that the arid and semi-arid regions have lacked in the past to guide investment, to turn the eyes of development initiatives and so on. So this is very consistent with IGAD's IFPRI, which is IGAD's Drought Disaster Resilience and Sustainability Initiative. This initiative, maybe if there is anyone who is not aware of, has 7 pillars. One is natural resource management. Second pillar is trade and market access. The third one is livelihood and basic social services. The fourth one is disaster risk reduction in the pastoral areas. The fifth one is research, knowledge management, and technology transfer, which is very, very pertinent for the work the team has done and they're doing. The fifth one is, in fact, in the interest of also the role of conflict. IGAD has significantly seen this, and as you know, IGAD is very active in peace building at small and larger scale as well. And for development purpose, the IFPRI has recognized the role of peace building, negotiation in the pastoral and in the pastoral and agro-pastoral areas. So for that reason, these are also considered very well. And the seventh pillar is institutional building and the partnership, whereby we network with a range of development partners in the region and beyond to really drive the resilience agenda in the region. Like I said, it's not my role to just go into the technical matter, but I would like to give, what my attempt is to give you the general picture of where IGAD is and why IGAD welcomes this kind of research. And in fact, this kind of research are a good starting point for national research organizations, for other regional research organizations, and even in other international organizations who are not the consortium of this initiative, can look into the role of this kind of research to really inform development and policy processes. In the same vein, IGAD actually also recognized the role of research, and through its collaboration with the development partners has initiated a unit called Resilience Analysis Unit, which maybe some of you may know. We have introduced this unit through various means, and we have also introduced it at the Kampala Summit. This unit is actually the implementation of unit is undergoing. And the reason is, unless we try to measure what we are doing and understand resilience, as it was addressed in one of the side events this morning, what makes resilience agenda or resilience different? That team in the other side of the hall has addressed, and a number of interesting recommendations came out, actually, which are very consistent with Idrissi. So we are really happy to see this, and we welcome development partners who would like to join Resilience Analysis Unit, because this is open partnership for all who would like to contribute in various ways. IGAD welcomes similar research and also to go really beyond the theoretical research and informing development and policy practices. On that note, I would like to end my remark. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tesfaye.